Right, hello. Hopefully people get the thing that I'm on. So I did a world reset thing to test that out yesterday when I kept getting stuck on that like nightmare Dreamweaver boss or whatever it was called, the Nightweaver. So it's now put me in like an alien place, which I've nearly completed. But we'll see if I can actually complete this on stream. If not, I'll show you how the re-roll mechanic works if I keep getting stuck on this one as well. So anyway, when I start seeing people in the chat, I'll chat with you. I've got a massive cup of tea. The hatchery I've already completed. I just want to go through it and see if I've missed any loot or anything in it. So yeah, there's maybe a tunnel down there, look, that I've not been down. So yeah. I got to level up Alchemist again. So what was the new thing I unlocked? That one. Frenzy Dust. Creates a mysterious vapor cloud which lasts 10 seconds and applies frenzy increase fire, reload speed and melee speed. That actually might be more useful than my current one. So it should just let me up my fire rate. Let's give it a test. Oh, it's having to load up, isn't it? So I'll just switch to it. Okay, not grab me, sort of hit me. Yeah, hopefully we get some people on in a minute. So it's this way. It looks like there might have been a corridor I haven't looked down yet, so we'll go do that first. Try the AK. Yeah, it's alright I suppose, but I haven't upgraded the AK very much yet. Oh yeah, I have been in here. It's like the bit that looks like the Matrix. It's just that that's like a dead end on that other bit. Yeah, clearly I think meant to be Matrix reference. Assume that's just a dead end corridor up there. Let's get away from that thing. Oh, that doesn't look good. It's alright, still got a load of health left. Alright, yeah, boy, Castro. I'm good, thank you. Yep. Face huggery thing down there. Another one. I might switch my melee mod back to the other one.
Is that it?
Strike imitator. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what increases melee damage of each hit. So yeah, that's quite useful. Let's look down this area because that doesn't look fully looked at yet.
Here they come.
Got forged iron, that's useful. Right, mother. I don't know if I've actually used something down here though. No, so I might as well just go and run through the end of this dungeon and exit it that way. Shoot, that's just like a bottomless pit now, right? Yep. Ah, so you changed it from Great Soviet Union, okay. That doesn't look very good. Kill him with fire. There we go. Oh, cool thing about those Luminite crystal things is you can actually use those to upgrade your like Estus flask equivalent thing at the bottom left of the screen. I only found out about that earlier today, so now I've actually started making use of them. It does cost a lot of scrap to do it though. I think it's like 1,000 scrap and 10 of those. Might be something else as well you need to do it, but they're saying that at least gives you more like healing points, so that's good. Again, a lot of this game you just learn by playing it, I think.
Alright, come and get it.
Yeah, we're clearly in not Alien at the moment with this sort of stuff going on. Oh, that looks like a tougher one. Okay, run back a second. Oh yeah, let's definitely run back because I'm really dead. Oh, I am dead. Right, never mind. Well, sea scorpions look pretty scary. I mean, I know they don't exist anymore, but yeah, they were huge, weren't they? Right. It's not like I've lost any souls or anything, because it's not Dark Souls or whatever, but I still want to just run through this labyrinth again, just for the XP sort of value. Might just use a machine pistol for most of this place, because it's quite fast shooting. I'll read the comments properly in a minute, because at the moment I'll probably just get swarmed to death by little alien things. Yeah, every time I look down at the chat, more of these little things pop out the vents. What about tigers?
Damn. Is it over?
So the boss type ones, not boss, I mean, other ones, like demi-bosses, mini-bosses, whatever you want to call them. Not get stuck in the doorway. Yeah, horseshoe crabs are interesting, aren't they? They're like creepy looking, but I don't think they're actually harmful for all. Like, the thing, sea creature I find really weird is the man o' war. You know, like, because it's not actually a jellyfish, but it looks like a jellyfish, but it's like loads of different things attached together. So it was that way I wanted to go, just down there to the right. Got forged iron, that's always useful.
Come on.
Outward. Yeah, more Loomlight crystals, which again, like I said, I can use to upgrade my Estus Flask type thing. And then each 10 of those plus 1,000 scrap, plus I think something else that sort of turns up more rarely. Max ammo, that's good.
Bag's full.
Yep. Yeah, because I've got a couple of perks now that all are good for like ammo retention. And I was going that way, wasn't I? So Yeah, now I'm running into the issue where I never run out of ammo, which is good, but obviously it means that there's some perks I might want to swap around at some point to make better use of that perk slot. That guy looks a bit tougher. Oh no, we don't. I've not grabbed up here. Okay. Oh, shit. Didn't realise that was actually a deadly gap. Yeah, everything wants to kill you, technically. If you lived in, like, some of the fantasy things, if you lived in them in reality, would be terrifying. Yeah, like if you went out into the woods and there was just a thing that looked like a little, like, chipmunk or whatever and it could electrocute you. Yeah, stuff like that. I say that's the thing I do like in this, even though it's a Souls-like game compared to the other ones, that you don't lose all your, like, you know, items when you die. I think that's actually quite good in this one. It like sort of changes your play style a bit, makes you play a bit more aggressively. Because you know if you die, it's just like getting your progress back, not getting your like, you know, currency back and that. So sometimes it's actually quite good for farming currency if you die a lot on a certain level and XP. Right, if they leave me alone a minute. Oh, what's that down here? Purple light, or is it just like a it's just an actual light thing. I thought it might have been like a rare item. It's about halfway to the next level of Alchemist. Oh, cool. Then the next level, Liquid Courage, also gives me a critical chance. Liquid Courage seems to be like one of the really good Alchemist traits. It's basically like where every time you level up, you do a bit more damage. And now it sounds like now and again it will add like critical damage levels to it, which is always useful. I've still got a revolver, if you mean in this game. Yeah, that's interesting. I've not listened to all of it, Castro, but it is interesting. Like all the alien stuff. I doubt they'll ever tell us about it. So I've got like a revolver here, if you mean like one of those. They do a lot more damage, obviously, per shot, the revolvers, but the problem is with the revolvers is obviously you only get a few shots, where when you're dealing with like swarm enemies you basically want automatics. I still do that gunslinger type thing. I've still got the gunslinger thing equipped. Because yeah, you can actually have two perks when you get far enough into the game. You unlock like a secondary perk ability. I think it's actually when you get to level 10 in the first perk you're given. You can then, like, you know, choose a secondary perk. Oh yeah, little head crab. of those. Okay, so I'm going down here and to the right, aren't I? Don't want to fall down a pit this time. Yeah, there's so many ocean creatures, aren't there? Because, like, again, the ocean is sort of crazy when you think about it, especially the, like, deeper depth bits of it and how hard it is to explore. Careful not to fall to my death this time. Okay, so about, what, 2/3 the way to the next level of that. Still hit hard. Oh yeah, the nice thing as well is now I'm at, obviously, I guess a certain level or a certain perk. Some of the enemies now drop, like, iron and stuff, not just scrap. So, like, the actual stuff you use to upgrade your weapons, which is nice. Rather than it just being, you know, like, randomly found in containers and that. Guy coming over there. I will be ready for him.
I've got enough of that.
Again, I have to keep looking at the comments and I'm not being swarmed. That's the only problem with this place compared to, like, the vampire place I was in before. This place tends to have lots more, like, weaker enemies rather than a few really sort of strong enemies. The melee weapon thing that slows down time is really useful.
Whoa. It's over.
What, like ones that could breathe in and out of water sort of crustaceans, or what? Or that could just hold their breath either in the sea or on land really, really long? Right, this checkpoint was the one that the boss battle would have been at here that I completed. Checkpoint updated. Good, I don't need to actually rest at that checkpoint. Yeah, there's boss battles where you fight like a special face hugger that keeps infecting enemies, and you have to keep killing its host to keep fighting it. Right, can't let my cup of tea go cold. Just drink a big chunk of that. I've got one of those 1 litre mugs out so I can have a big cup of tea for playing this. Because I thought today I might be able to play for quite a while, so yeah, collect everything from here, so walk this way. I might have another go at the boss here. If not, if I keep losing at the boss on this thing, I'll re-roll and show you how the re-roll mechanic works. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know what you mean with the Holiday of Crabs, where they're all like en masse, yeah, walking up like roads and that. Nothing else to see in this bit, is there? That's just a little corner of it. Oh yeah, I heard, see where that extraction hub thing is, somebody said there's a unique item over there. But that again might just depend on what you get on your, like, particular world.
Shit.
So yeah, while the like vampire sort of Bloodborne places like lots of very narrow streets, this place as a hub is like really big open areas, which are like on some alien planet. Which again is why I really like games like this, where you can have different like settings and that all just mixed into the same game because of like time, you know, or like world jumping reasons. This. Well, that was a really great to find. That wasn't what I was looking for. It might just be where the guy was talking about finding something. It might have been, you know, like on his playthrough, a particular item spawned here, but not necessarily for anybody else or anything. So it doesn't look like there's anything under the big crushers. I'm right by a checkpoint, so I might as well just try rolling under there and see if can you actually go under there, or is it? I don't know, it's an invisible wall anyway. Okay, so it can't be under there. See if there's anything I've missed in this sort of general area. Yeah, have I been up that place, the staircase? Yeah, that's just a central area though, isn't it? I don't think there's anything in particular here.
Here we go.
Don't run away from me. Sometime in this area you get these horrifying, like, Lovecraftian flesh ball things. I'll show you those in a minute if one turns up. Like, literally, kind of like a sphere of rolling flesh with, like, tentacles coming out of it. You'd have to find a way of climbing up there, because you can't get... There's one, look. Oh, my thing's not too sharp. Let's roll away from him. set them on fire in a minute, actually. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, they can be quite dangerous if they catch you unexpected. These, like, horrible whatever they are. Well, have I not looked over here? Or it might be like the edge of the map. I think that's the edge of the map. Yeah, because on this, the like boundaries are like poisonous or radioactive or something, where you start walking into them and start vomiting everywhere. Assuming that doesn't actually lead anywhere, does it? This bit. Yeah, well, which Batman games? I played the old, like, arcade of Batman 89, but I assume you mean, like, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, don't you? Arkham Knight, whatever it was. Arkham Origins, is it those ones? I've played all those. Arkham Asylum's still my favourite of those, even though it's the smallest of them. Just because it feels a lot more polished to me. There's nothing close checkpoint I haven't picked up. So. It's probably just a thing where, again, players, because this game's like randomised, can I vault up here? Okay, I don't think there's anything up here, but no, there's not. So I was going to say, yeah, I think all it is probably just where different players had a different thing. So, you know, he was like, oh, there's a rare item here, but it's obviously only on his game it's one one, so that's what makes this interesting. Is Arkham Knight the one with the Batmobile that was really, really badly optimised when it came out? Let's just go to Ward 13 and see if there's anything worth upgrading. Right. As I've got over 1,000 of the things, I want to just see if I've got anything that can be used by the guide to make a new class. Just because I'm kind of interested in all the different classes you can make. Because as much as I like the Gunslinger one, the Alchemist one's growing on me quite a lot, because it seems there's just like a general all-round a good class, no matter your playstyle. I've gone too high, haven't I?
Traveler. I knew you'd say that.
Right, so craft. Let's guess there's nothing else. All of Undoing. Reset all trait points. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. So all he can do at the moment is craft me another one of those. So I might as well make that, sell the rest of those things, because I don't have enough of the other bits to... Can I even upgrade any more than this? Let's have a look.
The traveler returns. I know you just...
I can, so what does it need now? 1 silicrum, 10 of that. Bone scrap. Yeah, I might as well not bother with any of those until I find some more of that simulacrum or whatever it is, because that's quite rare. Yeah, sadly I don't know of anything like Spyro the Dragon. Ratchet and Clank's a bit like Spyro the Dragon, not really exactly the same, but it's the closest thing I can think of. Because that it might have even been the same like developer or whatever. But Ratchet and Clank has the same kind of like, you know, you go into a world and you can explore each of the little worlds a bit. But again, yeah, Spyro's a good example of a game like this, where, you know, you can do something completely different with the different worlds because you go through a gateway or whatever. Again, I think that's sort of a thing missing from a lot of like games now, that everything is just very samey in the, like, you know, games.
Don't suppose you've seen...
You ask me this every time. There we go. Right, so let me sell her. Don't need the rune relic dusts. Sell. Yeah, I'll sell her these for now because, like, yeah, again, it'll give me 1,500 of the things, and like I said, I don't need them until I start upgrading my level again. You can find them pretty regularly now. I know that, like, all the mini bosses drop them.
You know where to find me.
So let's just see at the woman that does the weapon upgrade mods if there's anything that looks interesting with some of the crafting materials I've got.
You're back. What do you need?
Yeah, I know what you mean, like everything you can see is like you can get there, unless it's like a map boundary kind of thing. Okay, so I need scrap and luminite crystals for these, but launch an alien egg that bursts on impact, leaving 5 space crabs. So they're called space crabs in this. Space crabs. Crabs follow the caster, leaping towards enemies in 4 meters and explode, dealing 60 damage each. Helix weapon mod. Shoots helix missiles, dealing 120 damage on contact, divides into 6 more rockets which seek additional targets. That might be quite a good one. So that's the Seeker residue I use for that. Well, I've got, again, some Seeker residue, so if I get 5 luminite crystals I can always get that one. And deploys an energy barrier on impact. Ground allies can shoot through energy wall, but enemy projectiles absorb up to 500 damage received. Well, that's going to go down pretty quickly, so there's not much point in me doing that one. But yeah, so the one with the Seeker residue seems quite cool.
Okay.
So I'll bear that in mind.
See you.
If I get luminite crystals, then I want to try it. Right, let's upgrade the AK a load of times. That's all I can upgrade anyway. I've got good but could be better. Upgrade a standard weapon. I can upgrade this bow quite a few times, a unique one, so I'll just do that as well, just so I can try the bow out again, but that won't be very good in the alien world anyway. Right, we'll see if I can get past the bosses in the alien world, then if I can't, I'll show you what a reroll does in this game. Because like I said, this game isn't frustrating to reroll on because of the fact that, you know, you can just literally keep doing it. So it's only if you're wanting to 100% the game that you're actually going to worry about, you know, re-rolling. So let's go here. So Sentinel's Keep is the boss. Let's go there and see, because I don't know if this boss has multiple phases or not, because the annoying thing about that one the other day that kept beating me is I did a couple of times get past the first phase only to find like she had a second phase, and then obviously I was so low on items that I got wrecked really quickly. But yeah, I don't know this guy's full moveset yet, so it's a bit hard to dodge some of his attacks. Okay, this is where it gets a bit weird, because his like hands can burst out the ground and hurt you. And I'm never quite sure how they spawn. You know, it's one that out. One that out. Get nice and up there. Right, it's back in map mode again. That wasn't a good time to do that. Well, at least I've sort of cheesed on the healing things. So. Okay, so how does this mode work? You just randomly shoot some laser around or something? I don't actually really know how to avoid this. This is the problem with some of these things. I don't know the pattern the attacks come in. Oh, that's not good. At least I've got loads of those healing things now, so, oh, it's hands there. Okay, let's get some hits on that. Can I shoot those little ones? Oh yeah, that damages them as well, okay. Right, so I'll take a heal now. Another hand. See, how am I meant to know that attack's coming? You're dead. See, I got his health down low there, but I don't know if that would actually beat him, so let's try again. Right, let me stack in a minute my other ability, because that's quite a useful one if it helps me shoot faster. Want that, and then we want to heal. Right, so I get on this bit, you're just meant to run away from those bits. Then yeah, avoid his hands when they pop up. So now let's shoot and fire at his hands again. Oh, see. I guess that's if you stand still too long, he does that? I don't know. Weirdly, I was watching something earlier that had a bit of the Donkey Kong soundtrack on it. I don't know why, it just did. Keep running. Right, there's one of his hands. Right, now let's move away. Fire that at that hand. Keep running. See, I don't quite get how that attack works. That's the problem. Keep shooting his hands. Yeah, I'm not going to bother fighting this guy now. Right, I'll show you what a world switch does. Like the randomizer thing. So I need to go back to the hub. Yep, so we're now back at the hub, so if I go back to here, what I can do now is select to re-roll. So yeah, world settings. We do want to do re-roll campaign. I'll still keep it on the easiest difficulty because I'm already struggling with this game a bit in places. So yeah, re-roll campaign. And then, see, this time we've got the world of Yeisha as our first one. But I'll tell you what we'll do, because I'm interested. Let's re-roll the campaign over and over till we get the vampire place again. It's giving me that place again. Right, re-roll campaign. Yes. Enerud was the place we were just on. Right, reroll campaign. So at least it's quick to do this if you wanted to start off in a particular place. It's done that place again. I suppose that's the only annoying thing is because it's RNG. It doesn't necessarily work out as like a 20% chance. Oh, there we go. So we've got Losom, right? So this is the place I first started the game at. So now I'm really interested in how this is different from the first time I tried it. Obviously the enemies will level scale up with me, so it's not super easy. So it's not like they go back to like level 1 enemies while I'm now like level 11, whatever it is. But the map layouts will be different as far as I'm aware, except for some key points. And I think sometimes you get different areas and different bosses as like the side quests, from what I understand. That's my cup of tea finished. I think this bit down here is just a bit that goes to the like door, isn't it? That leads you out the area. Yeah. I think that's, you can go through those to open a new area up once you you know, fully complete an area and do its final boss. No, I didn't destroy my progress in the sense that my character has all the abilities and levels I had. But it stopped any of the progress I had on quests.
Clementine? Ford? Shit.
Where are you guys?
This is all insane. Crystal and Ford.
I better get moving if I'm
So yeah, this is level 13 Morrow Parish, I'm level 12, so so yeah, there's the asylum.
okay.
But yeah, this should level me up quite quickly now because everything's, you know, levels above me and I can still deal with actual mobs, right? And this is what I'm really interested in now, that I, you know, played, like, I'd say 90% of this area before re-rolling, you know. I'm interested in seeing, you know, how all these levels change a bit compared to the last time I played through it. I'm actually shooting pistol on these guys though. Was that somebody shooting an energy sort of thing at me? That was that guy waving his sword around. Hey, that's the people fighting the big rat thing down there, isn't it? So, This street's definitely a bit different looking than the last time I did this. Yeah, I do really like this time slowing style. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Console games are really good for that, the older consoles, like you say, because they really had to optimise everything, you know. It had to run at a good frame rate on console, you know, it had to still look decent, you know, the level design had to be really good, because again, there was memory limitations. I think that's why PC games and everything now are just getting so bloated. That's the way I came, wasn't it, that one? Yeah, and I really like the lighting in this because it's got actually quite good real-time lighting of the shadows. I know a lot of games have that now, but still, you know, it's nice to see it coming along more and more in games. A bit like, you know, reflections in mirrors, that seems to actually be becoming a thing again. Ah, so looks like I'm going to get the sewers as my first place down here. That's interesting. So yeah, before the sewers was just like a side location I got that I didn't need to do for any quests, you know, it was just kind of like a loot location. Ah, and it actually has a different name, so obviously, yeah, they can also have kind of randomised names, so that's interesting. Shit, we're in a sewer.
Stranger, have you seen...
Ah, but I didn't have this side quest before. I had one about killing a giant rat before down here.
We were taken. Some kind of beast. Something. I escaped.
Unless it is to kill the rat, it's just a different guy that introduces you to the quest. But still, that's quite neat. It's not always the same NPC saying, "Oh, kill the rat."
You fought your way here, didn't you? Please, will you look for her? I'd do anything. I left her. It's my fault. Please, find her for me.
Oh, galvanized iron, that must be the next tier of, like, weapon upgrade iron then, I guess. So yeah, that's a different quest down here than the last one I got. Anything else to see down there? Oh, looks like just a gate. I suppose that's the cool thing of having a randomizer on this, is just how even when you're playing through the same areas, they're different. Oh, you mean like Medieval? Yeah, where they, yeah, like remasters and remakes of old games, yeah. Especially because lots of old games are quite good. Alright, a new skill book. Excellent, right. Oh, so that's something sneaking up on me there. So just a little Sounds like somebody walking about. Oh, it's just that rat. Right, so in the traits I've got now, which is quite cool, is... I think it's the Siphoner one. Yeah, Lifesteal. So I'm assuming that Lifesteal is kind of like vampiring people's health. So I'm going to keep upgrading that one for the time being, because my potency... Sorry, not potency. My Vigour and Expertise is full. So that looks like kind of the next best one, that, you know, when I deal damage it gives me a little bit of their health back. That flashlight doesn't light much up down here, does it? It's pretty dark. Not really a point having it on then. Yeah, this is very different than the last time I had one of these sewer places. Last time I had a sewer place, most of it was just on the, like, kind of boardwalk kind of things, above the sewer bits. You know, almost like being on a canal. So yeah, this is quite different. It's more like the depths, isn't it, from Lights, or like Lights. That's that guy dealt with.
Holy hell.
Yeah, the lights sort of works down here. I haven't found anywhere yet I need to actually turn the brightness up, so I guess this place is just meant to be really dark. It's just like the flashlight isn't quite hitting... Yeah, I think the flashlight's glitched, because normally it's quite good at casting light in front of you. See, it's working on that surface, but... I wonder if it's like specific weapons I have out block the light of it. Yeah, it's not too important anyway, because we're not going to spend long in a sort of sewery area. Right, follow it. Go look this way. Jellyfish under there.
Okay, this is...
So if there's an item down there, I want to try and work out how to get to that a little bit. Is that just literally... Ah, it's just literally down there. Okay. I got my alchemist leveled up again. Next level, consumable duration one isn't that useful for me because I don't use consumables that much. And the allies one is only good when you're playing co-op. Again, I do like the this one, liquid courage one, because of just it increasing damage and your crit chance. I've never played Splatoon. I obviously played a lot of Tetris. Oh, that one actually looks really useful. Elixir of Life, like it's like one of the ones that will save you if you're about to die kind of things. Anyway, let's carry on looking through this dungeon. As well as I hope. Come on, use your slow-mo. There you go. Oh, no, dead. Which way did we go last time? Obviously left. Let's have a look to the right. I might as well keep the light on because it's not going to make the game any darker having it on. Yeah, I don't know why the flashlight though, it's weird. Like, when I've been using it on some of the other bits, when I've rarely wanted it on, it's been really bright. Generally in this game it's fast and reloading, yes, but it depends what gun it is, like with what reload speed and what perks you have. I know you're referencing Call of Duty. But, yeah, it does depend in this, to be honest, what like the reload speed of the gun is, plus your perks. And you can reload as well, like while you're rolling. So sometimes you can be, you know, like rolling away from an enemy and you're reloading at the same time. We haven't looked this way yet.
Alright, let's do this.
But yeah, I am really enjoying this game for anybody that wants a game recommendation of something actually new. A lot of jellyfish on the ceiling in there. So we're... Ah, so they link up, it's just like a square. Okay, so I'm back to roughly where I died before. There might be a big old rat in that thing. There might be, but there might be a random chance if they spawn or not. That's definitely one from there this time. Slam our thing down, ready? There we go. Now he's stuck in slow motion. Shoot him in the face. There we go, easy peasy. As long as you kind of aren't caught out off guard, so most of the enemies in this aren't too bad. Right, so you can't pick up anything from your body just disappears, but that's where I died before, just for reference. Not just a dead end. Ah, this is probably where I get pulled into the big rat's lair. Because on the other one, the other sewer, there was a big rat that pulled me into its lair there, but maybe not on this one, because it's a different dungeon, I suppose. Right, we're trying to find the guy's wife, aren't we, if she's alive. Have we not... Oh, there's that direction we've not looked in fully. Okay, so let's go over that way. Ah, that's annoying. Yeah, I think either the original COD 4 or Black Ops are probably my favourite ones for the multiplayers. The thing I did like in Modern Warfare 2 was that mode you could do like co-op with friends. You know, like where there was that house full of juggernauts and all that sort of thing. See what's over here fully anyway while I'm here, because it says that room over there hasn't been explored. It's got red in it. Pile of bones. Bloody fish. So there might be a rat in there. Should have hit this one a few times to charge my thing up. Now this is charged. There we go. That one. Special Operations, yeah, that's the one. But yeah, I can remember that being quite fun. I suppose that was like their zombies equivalent, wasn't it, for that one? Where they had like an extra game mode sort of thing. Right, so we want to keep heading in just this direction, whatever this is. Stay out that deep water a moment. For that reason. Right, another pile where there could be rats there. Another rat pile there. As long as my staff is charged, I don't mind. So now I can just do this. And then oh, he's coming back. I didn't quite finish him. Ooh, okay. This be my special again. There you go, he's dead this time. I will heal in a second, I'm just finishing these guys off and recharging my staff. That isn't good yet. Move. That's alright now. Oh yeah, that was like the horde mode thing, wasn't it? Where you could put down like the turrets and then more and more enemies came in. Yeah, I remember that. Because I think Gears of War 2 was the first game to have like a horde mode in it, and it did really, really well. So what I could do in a minute when I'm killing the last jellyfish is put an incendiary thing down ready. Oh, this is going to be the boss one, isn't it? Because it looks like that. Oh, he's not slowed down by my effect. Okay, well I know where the boss one is now. I can always come back to him later if he's too tough. But, yeah, this will be the boss rat for obvious reasons, because he's glowing red. Right, okay. It's not very far, at least, from the checkpoint. Because it was like in Dawn of War 2, which is an RTS game, my favourite game mode in that there was like a horde mode, where each person, it was like co-op rather than competitive, and each player controlled like, you know, a Space Marine or a Necron or whatever. And then I think it was like waves and waves of like orcs and Tyranids and things, you know, where every wave, you know, like you get more enemies in it. Or like, you know, more boss type enemies. It was that one, wasn't it?
Wait, more bad news.
What I'm going to do here is get the fire ready now. Just do that, better if it burns underneath. Yeah, so when he comes out. Well, he might be too tough for me at my level. Oh, he slowly regens his health as well, that's not good. Ah, got him. Nice. Right. Right, I've unlocked... Oh, quite a few things. Right, this looks good. Right, let's do all these last jellyfish and then see... anything else in this room where I got the rat? Probably not, because I got all the items I needed from the actual...
That's over.
Right, let's go back to the exit then, which is this way. And I'll have a look at my items in a minute properly when I'm by the checkpoint thing. Not there again, like I said, if it matters really if I die, because it's not like Demon Souls or any of those where when you die you lose your stuff every time.
Yeah.
Okay, so my trait, so what's a new trait? Arcane Strike. Increases mod power generation from melee damage by 0%. Do I actually even have any melee mods at the moment? Sure, I probably do. Oh, I see. It's like probably like the gun mods when you're using melee. Yeah, that might be useful to put some points into. Probably wouldn't put that many into that one. Like the Siphoner one seems more interesting to me. But yeah, that'd probably be useful to have a couple of points in that, just when you're meleeing people, your guns recharge. I think that's what it's saying.
You went down there. Did you? Is she? That's Trias. But she wasn't. So, she's gone. Gone. And I have to.
Yeah, it always annoys me when, like, you're saying, Martha, that, like, companies have something they own the rights to, but they don't seem to expand on it with each game.
I couldn't do it myself, but I needed to know. Here, it ain't much, but it's all I have left.
Oh, Ring of Grace, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
Right, so... this one, Ring of Grace. Taking enemy damages causes 10% of maximum health to regenerate over 10 seconds. I'd probably swap another healing one out of that, so... let's swap that one out with a Ring of Grace to try it for a bit. Right, let's just try it for a bit anyway. So, that's this bit completed. Do I want to go and upgrade any of my equipment while I'm here? Might as well. Probably not. Bear in mind, it's just all the things are just like armor values and cosmetics. But yeah, I don't think they really care what their filters do. Bear in mind, the labels are almost completely gone on those. So I don't think they'd offer much protection anyway if they're like post-apocalyptic, either scavenged filters or like homemade filters.
What can I do for you?
Actually, before I do the thing of him, there was one of the mods here I thought looked quite good, wasn't there?
You're back. What did you bring?
What's that one? Oh, but I need one more Luminite crystal first. Okay.
Move along, traveler. I'm a busy woman.
So yeah, I'll do that one at some other point. Right, so let's start doing the galvanised iron upgrades to that. There we go. So that's those, the pistol and the rifle again upgraded. Let's go back to Morrow Parish. Yeah, I've been playing for about an hour and 20 minutes now on this stream. So like I said, time really flies on this game. Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, like I said, this is definitely becoming a good time sink for me, this game, which is what I like, you know. When I've got free time and I don't know what to do with it, having something that I just want to play is actually really nice. I haven't got any other inventory items I haven't looked at yet. Oh, just a bandage, which is useless, so I'll just sell that.
We will end them! Kill the stranger! Fight them together, friends! Keep them away!
Right, Right, so I haven't gone right yet, have I? So I'll have a quick look at that little red bit to the left there, in case there's anything interesting up there, like a crate or anything, like the ones you open up and you get a load of items out of them. Because they're sort of just hidden around random bits in the map. Oh, yeah, some forged iron, this is worth coming over for. Oh, and there is one of the crates, that's good. Oh, hello. Oh, that's my last bit of Lumite I need, thank you, big rat. Yeah, it was a good little location, this one. So all the little bits in the way in it. Right, okay, so we're now going to go, is it this way? Yeah, this way.
Over there!
Oh, there we go. Got one of these rats to fight. That's alright, I can deal with these alright now. Apparently a thing they really need to patch in this that's not an issue for me is that if you're playing on like the hardest difficulty where if you die once it ends the game or whatever it is, those bits instantly kill you. So yeah, they obviously need to fucking fix that. They're meant to like take you to unique areas.
Here they come.
Yeah, it's going to come out one of those again, isn't it? Like I said, I'm much better at fighting these now, just so I know more of their moveset. And I think there's normally like a chest or something up here once you get out of here. Or maybe there wasn't on this one. Let's just have a quick look everywhere around here, so make sure I don't miss anything. So yeah, it was just that from that one. Assume I can't get pulled down again anyway. So now I am all the way. See, it says that's where I died last time again. I didn't actually die there because but yeah, that's the thing they need to fix. Not that, like I said, I don't care about how many times I've died on like the counter. But yeah, apparently in one game mode where it's like a no death run, that just, ends the game for you. Oh, it says there's a crate down there, so let's go check that out. Yeah, very nice. Cool. I ordered another pair of. Well, I don't have a single pair of them because I've got shorts rather than the trousers, but a pair of Belgium jigsaw trousers because Belgium's now getting rid of all of its jigsaw stuff, sadly. They're just going to multicam like everybody else. But that does mean there should be loads of jigsaw hitting the surplus market at like good prices. Oh, there we go. It's down here, don't I? Oh, what's that at the top of that ladder? It's there. I'll definitely check that out. So I think it says there's like a unique thing up there if it's like a red thing. Because like when you get the yellow things, they're the loot crates. I know it is a yellow one. It's just that because I wasn't on the right floor of it. Well, there's a thing over there as well. Okay. So to get to that crate or wherever it is, figure it out in a moment. Yeah, let's do a jump over to that bit in a second. There's obviously an item over there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fey Warrior Ring. What does that do? Increases melee damage by 15%. Well, yeah, I think I'll choose that as my current ring. Oh, I see the crate was actually there, isn't it? I think. Oh, that was somewhere. Yeah. Ah, that's cool. Yep. Although it's Gulf War, isn't it? Not the Gulf War. It wasn't like Tiger Woods fighting Rory McIlroy or whatever. It was yeah, the Gulf. But yeah, I know what you mean. I just find that funny. Gulf War. But yeah, I was saying Belgian Jigsaw is like one of those cool camos just because it's quite unique. So again, it's sad that they're getting rid of that just to, you know, replace it with multicam. Because again, I know that multicam is really practical. What's that down there then? Oh, that's going to be an area I have to... Yeah, I know, it's going to be the... that's the clock tower. But yeah, it's going to be... yeah, it's going to be a bit that I have to go through a level to get to it. Right, I'll probably play for another 30 minutes and then finish when I've been playing for about 2 hours on the stream. So Cotton's Kiln, I did get that one last time, but maybe that's an area you always get. But again, the layout might be totally different this time. Yeah, it's already, I can tell it's a different layout from when I played the first time. Burning guys are really annoying because they hurt you if you melee them. Right, so I need another like 8k to level up Alchemist again. It's just like a... I guess I'd die if I fall down there, so okay, we don't want to go down there.
Get them!
A leaf suit, well, a bit like a ghillie suit, just with the smaller leaf kind of things on it, rather than the big strips of stuff. I've also seen the ones you can wear that just you wear over the top of another bit of camo, and it's just kind of like cross-threaded string with kind of fake leaves on it, so it's not as over the top, if that makes sense. Oops, 775 by accident. Judging by the current map layout, both bits lead the same way. Right, go down this little tunnel then. I don't think any drains have rats other than maybe one in the sewer and that one that we saw before. See if there was any scrap or whatever. Sometimes when you break those you get scrap from.
Stop them!
These guys are just going to melee when they get to the top. Oh, I'm being PM'd by somebody. I'll check that out when I'm not streaming. Yeah, it's just one of my mates on Telegram taking the piss out of Putin.
Get the outsider!
Oh, hello. Horrible Lovecraftian monster. There you go, you're down with. We have a lot of non-poisonous snakes, and I think there's one or two snakes in the entirety of the UK, like the adder, which are poisonous. But for the most part, you're very, very unlikely to ever run into them. It's only in certain areas of the country, if you live in a rural area, that you'd ever run into them. And they're not that aggressive to humans as long as you're not an idiot towards them. Because I think it was my mum that had a poisonous snake at one point run over her shoe somewhere in a park. You know, and when I say park, I mean more like a national park. Kind of like that sort of park, not a city park. And yeah, it just literally kept slithering on. Yeah. And I'm sure, yeah, if you get bitten by a snake in the UK, they're not so poisonous that you wouldn't have time to call for an ambulance. You know, if you said I've been bitten by a snake, they'd probably be able to get an air ambulance or whatever to you and get you an antidote before there's any real risk of dying. I don't think there's any that are, so poisonous that you'd go into shock really quickly or anything. They're not like rattlesnake tear or whatever. They're just kind of, if you get bitten, you need to seek medical attention, but it's not, that scary and you're not likely to run into them in the first place. Same with spiders. I think there's only one species of spider in the UK which is an invasive species. Which, you know, like, I'm not on about, like, when people get them on their fruit every now and then, because you can get all sorts of spiders randomly on, like, you know, fruit and vegetables and that in the supermarket. But, I think there's only one species of spider in the UK that can cause, like, health problems, you know, unless you have an allergy to it. Because obviously, it's a bit like bees and wasps and all those things. If you've got an allergy to something, then, you know, that's not really down to the animal, it's down to you. But there is, I think there's an invasive species of spiders we have that, you know, it's, if you get bitten by that, it's probably worth getting it checked out. Although some people would be absolutely fine, others might, you know, have. Oh, is he going to kill me straight away? Oh no. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, you never run into that sort of problem, or you wouldn't unless, I guess you're like the one living person in an area, you get loads of them. Normally here you find them under rocks. Again, we get, there's one species of scorpion we get in the UK, which came in on ships and has just stayed in, I think it's Portsmouth or somewhere like that ever since. They live in like a wall, they're quite famous there. Like, you know, like people like going out there at night with the big UV torches so you can see them glowing as they come out the wall looking for, like bugs and, things like that. And again, they're not poisonous. There's, get quite a few species of lizards and things. Again, like, not poisonous ones or anything. Yeah, I've seen snakes and lizards and that before when I've been in, like, you know, like nature reserves, and sometimes they have areas set up for them. You know, like where they fence off a little area and they set all the rocks up to be perfect for them, so then they breed them. Yeah, saying it here we don't have any of that sort of issue. So we're going this way, yeah. Right, let's get the Calster. Calsters are like the easiest bosses, like mini bosses I find in these areas. Just because all you have to seem to do is mag dump them with a normal weapon. They're not like that big guy that ran at me, or like the mind flayer things.
Okay, this is it.
They're here!
Where are you attacking me from? Take that out. Let's get away from him. These fire guys are annoying if they get close to you, otherwise they're quite easy to deal with. They were a bit more annoying when I was playing before because I didn't have an automatic weapon. Because with automatics you can kind of just keep suppressing them. But with, you know, like things like revolvers, you have to be really precise or else... Oh, hello. See, that's more scary. Again. Sounds like the Berserker from Gears of War. I don't know if that's actually from a sound library, the same rules.
For now.
Yeah. Like saying, yeah, we don't, I'd say for the most part in the UK, there's no issues with snakes or whatever. like, the biggest urban problem you're going to probably run into is foxes, because of the fact that, you know, they go through, like, bins and, you know, raid stuff. Sometimes if they get aggressive, they'll eat, like, cats and small dogs. And because of some stupid law, you know, when they used to be a lot less common, it's illegal for a regular person like me to shoot them. Even though, you know, it's a rich people's sport to shoot foxes, which I don't agree with. But what I'm saying is, if you have an urban fox that's, like, you know, causing, you know, problems, I don't see why people aren't allowed to just shoot them. Right, sounds like there's a boss kind of guy coming over. Yep. One of these guys again. That's him dealt with. They're not too bad if you're in a big open area. They only tend to be really annoying, those guys, I find, when, you know, they surprise you out of nowhere and you can't roll away. Again, those casters I don't even consider a threat. I don't know if I've ever been killed by those. Oh, he's up there. See, that's actually more scary. Let's set him on fire from a distance. There we go. No issue.
Come.
Get the outsider!
Right, good, another tome. That's what I like. Right, so let's spend the point. Traits. I won't bother. I'll put one level into Arcane Strike, actually, just because, like I said, if I have one level into it, it probably actually does something. I think when you've not got any points into anything, they're inactive. So at least that way I should at least get the thing, if it's what I think it is, where you can recharge your weapons by hitting people with a melee weapon, which I can test actually in a moment.
Get the outsider!
Right, let's, oh, there we go. Yeah, it works. See, it's charging up my gun ability. Yeah, that's actually really useful. Okay, I'll put more points into that a bit later on. But yeah, so that means when I'm meleeing people, it's actually charging my gun abilities up, which is kind of cool. Oh, is that another tone book there? Oh, that's Chains of Amplification. Oh, an amulet. Okay, let me deal with this guy and then... Right, so let's see what that amulet did. Chains of Amplification. Increases all damage dealt to targets suffering from a status effect. I don't need that. Oh no! That was a really bad time to look at my thing. Oh no. Where have you gone? Yeah, I've heard of like horror stories like that. It's like Australia, where like, you know, spiders in the toilet, poisonous things everywhere. Yeah, the worst thing we ever get in our houses is stuff like rats. Because at the moment we have to keep putting poison down in some of the rooms, because obviously like rats can get in through tiny things you can't even seal up, like air gaps, you know, where they've on purposely designed some of the houses to, you know, have airflow. And then, you know, you spot that stuff's been like ripped up and pulled around, or you find like rat shit somewhere. I mean, obviously if you keep your food secure, the rats won't really be able to get at it, but it's just more of a problem that it won't stop them coming in looking for heat and seeing what they can find. And obviously you don't want electrical wire being chewed up. Oh, that's one of those casters. Right. Silo that caster in a second. Right. Let's just deal with these guys first. Right. There's the caster. There we are. Again, they just seem super easy to me.
Yeah.
Ordinary ranged fire rate, let's have a look at that one. Yeah, one that increases the fire rate, that's kind of useful. So actually if I upgrade it a bit. Right, there we go, there's the checkpoint for the boss here. I wonder if I get the same boss as I did last time. Last time here, I got like a weird woman that threw firebombs. This area was, I have been to this area before on stream. The first time I was streaming this game. Yeah, I think it's going to be the fire boss again. But let's see if I can deal with her much better now, because I think automatics would work a hell of a lot better against her than when I was using the single action kind of things.
They called me crazy.
Who's crazy now?
They stop this, bastard! Kill them! Kill them all!
is definitely easier than last time I tried to do her at lower level. Come out where I can see you, love. No. There we go. That was way easier than the first time I did her.
Holy hell! I can't believe I killed that thing.
I can, because yeah, she was way more difficult the first time.
Pretty sure that thing would be dead if she did.
Yeah, having an automatic definitely helps that one, because sometimes you can hit the bomb using the automatics in her hand and obviously set her on fire and that and cause bomb damage to her. Traits. Let's do another one into Siphoner. I think you'd do quite well if you had an A10 in this game, but sadly there are not A10s to call in this game. Right, I should be coming up to a checkpoint in a minute by that. It's the clock tower here though, that's the interesting thing, because it was the weird little kids orphanage in this area when I did it the first time. Anyway, we've got 2,500 whatever, so let's go back to the other place. Now I'm at a convenient place to do it, and I'll go off in a few minutes. I'm just going to have a quick look at this. So I've probably got the materials now, haven't I, to do the upgrade. Look quite good, the one that fired missiles. So this is the one I want, isn't it? Helix weapon mod. Shoots a helix of missiles, dealing 120 damage on contact. Divides into 6 smaller rockets, which seeks additional targets, dealing 30 damage on contact. Yep, that looks good. Okay.
Okay, we're done.
Right, so let's now apply that to this one, because that looks more useful than Witchfire. Helix, there we go. Just make sure YouTube doesn't ban you for like spamming if you keep doing it every stream, because that's the kind of thing where YouTube will eventually just think you're spamming something.
You know where to find me.
Alright, let's climb the clock tower, and that's a good place to end the stream. Because once I get to the top of the clock tower, there's a lift I can activate. Oh, and as usual, I'm at work for like 10 hours a day at the weekend per day, so I won't be streaming then. if I get home and I have any energy, I might just play this for an hour before bed. But some days I get home from work and it's been really busy and just literally, you know, have a shower or whatever and then go straight to bed.
Okay.
I want to try out my weapon upgrade in a minute, when I find a good place to use it. I want something that's actually, you know, going to make it noticeable that... Actually, before I go up that bit, let's check this floor out for items. Oh yeah, see, there's chests and nice cool stuff in here. Didn't reload my gun. Whoops, that was a mistake. Oh, don't jump down the hole. Quick, jump through the window, jump through the window. There we go. Okay, let's test the rocket out when one shows up again. Up they go. Wow, that insta-killed him anyway, so it wasn't, again, it's going to be more interesting, I think, when there's a crowd of enemies around these rockets.
Here.
Right, so... in a second I can at least reactivate the elevator. I don't have the gear yet for the clock. I don't have that gear, but I can at least open the start the elevator's power. Get any loot that's in here. Yeah, I don't know why the flashlight isn't working as well as it normally does at the moment, but yeah, it's been a bit glitchy this playthrough. It might be I've got a bit of equipment on that's blocking it somehow, but you know, it's not obvious. Because yeah, normally if you went in somewhere like this with a flashlight, it would really illuminate everything. Yeah. I'll stop playing in a second. I just want to see if I can find a horde of enemies together to test out that rocket attack thing that I just bought. Use a checkpoint again just to refill all my ammo and everything. The gate there is a shortcut I can open, so let's do that gate. So that links back to the other bit that was round there, where we went into that place there. Okay, so I want to go around the clock tower this way, I guess. I know there's one single enemy up there, but I want to find a group of them. Ah, there we go. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it might be more noticeable in certain areas, I guess, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of shooting something that then does a cluster attack. Especially because it means you don't have to aim it like the bomb one that's quite short range. There we go, Alchemist leveled up again. Anything over here? Oh, it's a bit of a wasteless jump, wasn't it? Pointless jump if there was nothing on here. They're going to have procedural generation. That's how it works sometimes.
Keep them away! Protect the ground!
Right, so I want to just go down the main street by the look of it. Ah yeah, I just have to use the side roads to avoid the gates. Right.
We don't want you here!
Another load of guys fighting the rats. Okay, let's test this out on people fighting the rats. That's right, yeah, it's alright. Doesn't seem a bad attachment anyway. A rat coming up here. Yeah.
the monsters!
What looks like something worth looking at over there. Oh, I can see you now. Any of them actually drop anything? So I'm going to be looking at the thing up there. Tome of Knowledge. Good. Right. Traits. Siphoner. Just going to keep putting them into lifesteal for now, just because that's good if lifesteal means what I think it is. I think it just means that when I'm dealing damage, I'm healing myself. So obviously the higher that gets, that's just really useful when just playing the game, and even against bosses, I imagine that, yeah, as you're just spamming shots at a boss, you're actually healing yourself. Let's see what's through here, and then that'll be the end of the screen. The Mark District. When I was here on the previous thing, the only bit in this area was like the clockmaker's shop or whatever it is, but again it might be different this time, but won't see on the stream because I've been playing for 2 hours plus on this stream. So, yeah, I'm going to go to the toilet and make a